Hey, what is up? Brian here, and I'm going to tell you the worst part about guest services and about doing back-to-back cruises. Watch this. Here we go. Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling. This is the info that I think is why you're watching the video. This is what you need to know, especially if you're going back to back. Now, I am on the Wonder of the Seas, and I just got off the Star of the Seas, and I'm going on the Icon of the Seas in just one day. Like, I had a day in between each one, but I'm going on back-to-back cruises, and I think this is something that everybody needs to know, and that's why I figured I would tell you about it. So I'm gonna try to find a place to sit down and do this video. But you might say, hey, back-to-back cruises, first world problem. Hey, there is something about this. Going on back-to-back cruises, especially if you're playing in the casino, there's something you need to know about it. So watch this little commercial real quick, and then I'm gonna find a place to sit and we'll do this video. Hey, have you got the new and improved dice tracker? It is the second edition. Go to holyroller.com and grab one today. Now, let's get back to the video. Okay, I don't have my microphone on, and there might be music, it might be loud in here, but I'm still gonna do this video for you because I think you need to know. And so if you've ever charged to your room, for instance, you come to the casino on the slot machines or on the tables and you charge to your room. One thing that I think is a benefit, okay, because this isn't like a total negative video. This is just kind of a beware awareness kind of video. A lot of people need to know this, I think, because Royal Caribbean just recently changed the way they do things. And so I'm gonna tell you the way it works. So one of the benefits is that when you charge to the room, if it's on a slot machine, it's charged as an entertainment cost. And imagine you have a credit card attached to your room, and when you do a $100 on the slot machine, for example, it charges to your credit card, but when it charges to your credit card, it charges as not a cash advance, but it charges as an entertainment fee, right? So you're not paying that high interest. Well, I always recommend paying off your card before you hit interest anyway, but there are a lot of people that churn credit card rewards on this, and they do a lot of rewards, you know, like airline miles or cash back or whatever it may be. Well, did you think that was gonna last forever? So what people did is they would come to the casino, they would charge a bunch of money, they'd have it with them, and then they would take it home and then pay off their cards. Well, that does not work, okay? I mean, did you think it was gonna always work? So what happens is they changed it and they said this. Now, if you're at a table and you want to get a marker at a table, it works the same way, except for at a table, they charge 5% unless you are a prime or above, which they waive the fee. Now, this is on Royal Caribbean I'm talking about. So being that it's on Royal Caribbean, it's probably gonna be the same on Celebrity, just so you know. I don't know about the other cruise lines right now. If you know, go ahead and put a comment below and let me know. But I know this is like a controversial topic and maybe a topic that people don't want me to talk about. But when I started the channel and I talked about earning free cruises in the casino, and I was doing videos like this, people that were next to me that heard me telling you secrets or like the way this system works, they were upset at me. They were like, hey, the first thing about the free cruise club is you don't talk about the free cruise club. What's wrong with you, man? And you know what? Maybe some people are gonna be like that with this information too. Because if anybody has information, a lot of times they'll just abuse the information. Like take advantage of the system. And my channel is not about taking advantage of the system. My channel is making the most of the opportunities that you have with the system. And so because people abuse the system of charging their credit card and then not playing in the casino, we now have to, when we play, the thing that's hard about it at the tables that's very interesting is the machines, the slot machines. A lot of people like slot machines because they don't mess up the points. $5 in through the machine gives you 1 point. And every time $5 goes through, you get 1 point. Now, I always say 1,500 points is $7,500 through that slot machine. Now, it doesn't take $7,500 to get 1,500 points because you don't lose every single push of the button, but you can't lie to the machine. $7,500 goes through the machine, so in order for you to get 1,500 points, okay? So when you see people playing slots and they have 3,000 points, 4,000 points, like 3,000 points is $15,000 through the machine. I mean, we could do that math, right? Now, most people say, wait a minute, no, it's not like that, Brian, because when I hit the jackpot, I put it all back. And that's what happens a lot of times. People, when you hit the jackpot or you hit and you put it back in, it's like free money. You're trying to get free points, trying to get your points for free, which is awesome. Now, what happens is on the slots, and I'm in front of slots, so I'm kind of just looking at them right here. Here, I'll show you. See, here's the slots. Here's the slots that I'm looking at, just so you know. But the point of what I'm saying is, when it comes back to you, like the payback and stuff, even slots turns out to be, on average, now you can let me know in the comments, or if you know, I think everybody should know how much are you paying for your points, right? And some cruises you're gonna pay more for points versus less for points. But I think on slots, a good average, a good expectation, not financial advice, but good expectation is that if you want 2,000 points, it's probably gonna cost you $2,000. So what I mean is, if you have $2,000, you'll get 2,000 points if you're playing slots. Now, if you hit the jackpot, that's great. You can, pay for a cruise. You don't even need a free cruise. But there's so much value in the system, the casino rewards system, or the casino rewards program, however you want to talk about it. But I view it as a system. It's a program, yes, but I use the system to get the points. I've found, and if you watch this channel any amount of time, you know that I've found that craps is the best way to get points. Maybe even roulette is good, but the reason why I like craps the most is because you can bet once and your money stays out there and you're constantly getting points. Now, most people, obviously the dealers, the boss, the supervisors, or the casino managers, they're gonna push you towards slots because it's rated, it doesn't cost, like the slots, there's nobody really has to deal slots, right? The games that aren't open all the time, those are the games you want to say, why isn't craps open all the time? I think craps isn't open all the time because, number one, I think it takes like 3 or 4 dealers just to run the table, right? But the other thing about why I think craps isn't open all the time is because it's probably our best chance to earn and win money. Now, most people would say, hey, Brian, the lowest house edge in the entire casino is blackjack. Okay, fine, if you want to do that. But blackjack, when the lower the house edge, the less points you get. The higher the house edge, the more points you get. Okay, so anyway, I'm just kind of ranting a little bit about this to just kind of say, know how much points, like know how much money you're spending per point is what I'm trying to say. And with craps, I've been, over 4 years now, going on 5 years. And with craps, I've paid between 10 cents to 25 cents is like the high end. And most of the time, I'm either breaking even, meaning I'm not paying anything for points. I'm just getting points because I'm breaking even. And then sometimes, yes, I do pay a little bit more. But I haven't paid $1 a point for playing craps, that's for sure. But it's because I know how to play craps. And playing craps on a cruise is different than playing craps anywhere else on land-based casinos. Because one thing you don't want to do here on the cruise, and if you've seen the videos that I do, you know this by now, you don't want to play pass line with odds. Pass line with odds, yes, is the best bet in the casino, right? Because it's a 0 house edge on those odds bets. but you have to play the pass line, which is a flat money bet, maybe not a good bet, but when you add those together, I've done videos, you make the same amount of money. The only difference is not only do you make the same amount of money, so what I'm trying to say is, like, if you had $10 on the pass line and $50 behind, that's $60, and the point was 6, and they hit a 6, you're gonna get paid $70. If you put $60 on the 6, you're gonna get paid $70 as well. So you get paid exactly the same at max odds. If you're not playing max odds, you get paid less. Simple as that. However, one thing that you're not getting when you play pass line with odds is you're not getting rated towards a free cruise. The $60 on the 6 is getting rated for $60. They do not rate odds. So you're only getting rated for a $10 bet. So everybody that says, hey, craps is not a good game for earning points, it's because if you play pass line with odds, yes, you are correct. It is not a good game for earning points. And that's why I don't play that way. And I don't recommend that anybody plays that way. This is what I've been saying lately when it comes to pass line with odds or playing the pass line. I always say, like, the pass line is a cover charge for shooting the dice. And if you're shooting the dice, you pay a cover charge to shoot the dice. If you're not shooting the dice, why are you paying the cover charge? That's the way I've been saying it lately. But anyway, let's get back to the point of this video. Is why is it really, really bad? And I know some of you are like, get to the point, Brian. But hey, this is my channel. This is how I do it. Some people like it, some people don't. But this is the point. Why is it bad to do back-to-back, or even back-to-back cruises? Because when you charge to the room and you're charging your amount, this is the mistake I think a lot of people make. And I'm gonna do another video for my members only that talks about this in detail, because member only, they actually get some extra secret sauce, like secret video, secret knowledge, and stuff that we don't want everybody to know, okay? So if you're a member of the channel and you're getting secret videos, don't share that stuff on Facebook or in other Facebook groups, or don't ask the casino, hey, well, I saw it on YouTube on this private paid channel where, and you're telling them about the secrets, and then they change everything. But anyway, the point of what I'm saying is, when you charge to your room, and let's say you charge, let's go with the $100 action, okay? So you charge $100, you use 50 of it, okay? And they hold the $100 on your card. So let's say they hold the $100 on your card, and you have 50 of it. And you're like, you know what, I'm gonna pay $50, and that way I only owe $50. A lot of times what will happen is, you will pay the $50, the $100 hold will stay on your card. And when you color up, I say color up, when you close out your account at the end of the cruise, right? That hold stays for 7 to 14 days. Okay, so then you have $100 held up, or even though you paid 50, right? Even though you paid 50 of it, so really only half of that money is going to be charged, but it looks like $100 charge. So then you or somebody, on the last day, it always happens, people go to guest services and they're like, hey, what's this extra charge? Why has this come off? What's going on? And when you look at your credit card statement and you look at the folio that they print out for you, the folio and the credit card statement do not match at all. Because what it is, a lot of times, is it's a running total sometimes. Like, and I've experienced this because I've been cruising for 5 years, I'll tell you, it's a running total. So for example, they might say you charge $100 the first night and they hold $100. Then the next night you charge, now listen to this, the next night you charge $200. So now a total of $300, right? Well, what they're gonna do is the hold that was $100 now moves to $300. But look at this, it's a $200 and a $100, which is $300, right? So if you pay off your account, then you have $300 that you paid off, so you owe $0, right? your card is still holding that $300 for 7 to 14 days. Now, add a zero because most of us don't play just for $100. So now let's add a zero, and let's say you charge $1,000 and then you pay it off, or you charge $1,000 and then the next night you charge another $1,000, and so that's $2,000. Well, what happens is this is what's crazy. And this is the info that I think is why you're watching the video. This is what you need to know, especially if you're going back to back, okay? If you charged $1,000 and they held $1,000, then you charged another $1,000 and they held another $1,000. That's $2,000. At the end of your cruise, they're gonna settle the account by charging your card $2,000. Not the $2,000 that they held, another $2,000, and then the $2,000 that they held will be released in 7 to 14 days. So if you're gonna use a credit card to charge to your room or to charge to the table or whatever, make sure not to go above 50% of your credit line, because what's going to happen a lot of times, and this just happened to me, it happens to a lot of people, and that's why I'm doing this video to share with you. They double charge your credit card, and then 7 to 14 days later, the charge comes off. So if you're doing back-to-back cruises and you only have one credit card that you're using, your money's going to be locked up for 14 days most of the time. So yes, bringing cash is always better. You know, cash is king, cash is better. But if you're trying to get credit card rewards and all that kind of stuff, remember they're holding money and they charge money. And then of course, if you pay it off, so imagine you pay off, they held the $2,000, they charge the $2,000, you give them $2,000, and you hope that it comes off of your credit card. It's not. Even though you owe zero, they're holding the $4,000 for 14 days on your credit card. And so I'm trying to tell you, this is the beware part of the video that I think a lot of people don't realize. Now watch this. If you want to know a real story that happened, if you max out your credit card when you're on a cruise and they double charge it, all of a sudden now your card is above the limit. Okay, now this has happened before, and I've seen it to a lot of people. Your card goes above the limit, so then when they try to charge your card, they say it's being declined. And you're like, it can't be declined. I have that money available. You have it. You're holding it. I see it on my credit card statement that you have authorized and you're holding the money. And they're like, yeah, but the card's not going through. And the reason why the card's not going through is because they're trying to double charge and your card is over the limit. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps somebody. Don't go above 50% on your credit card, because you're probably gonna get double charged for 7 to 14 days, and then it'll drop off at the end. Now, this doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen often enough for me to do a video to share with you so that you can beware of charging to your room and using your credit card. Yes, get the credit card rewards. Make sure to play through the right amount of money, but know that your money's gonna be locked up. So the last cruise, I had some money. They locked up my credit card, meaning they double charged, and that's on hold. And I'm waiting 7 to 14 days to get my money back, even though I'm still on a cruise, and it's still being held by Royal Caribbean. Thanks, Royal Caribbean, for the casino program. You just might want to tweak and work out the the money part of how you guys do this. You know, like I'm happy with it, but I just know that it is kind of strange. You know, it is kind of strange the way it works. So with all that being said, watch this video if you'd like to see more. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.